Welcome to All Things Freight, a bit different to the standard podcast that we're doing. Today we're launching a new brand, as you've probably seen on the updates and the marketing updates and such that we've put out. So we just wanted to discuss as a team the new brand, the reasons for it.
Everybody's had a bit of input, everybody's shared their intelligence and their experience.
That's the one thing. We've got a fortunately very creative team here. We've got a lot of people that are forward thinking, that share the same ideals. And we really like getting involved, and we've enjoyed the process, I think, of the new brand. So I'm with Adam Glenister, Terry Blaze, and we hope you enjoy this video explaining our new brand and the reasons behind it.
Right, so chaps, we know the reason why we're doing this website and rebranding, but why don't you tell and explain to the viewers why we've done this rebrand and new website?
Yeah, it's coming up to our 10-year anniversary. Is real time. Although we've enjoyed a really successful 10 years, maybe the logo was a bit old, maybe the website needed a bit of a refresh.
Maybe a little bit more than a slight refresh.
Complete overhaul.
A slight update and a new direction. Let's go. But I mean, look, we've done a lot of really good things this year. We've got a brand new team in. We've got James, who's sales manager. We've got Adam coming into our VIP accounts manager position. There's a lot of good ideas floating around. There's new energy. There's new enthusiasm. And I think the rebrand was a really good idea.
It's also, we wanted to explain more of the message of Freight 365 and send out what we can actually do. The old website was dated. I'd say it was dated. Jesus created it. And
sure it wasn't his
he
mum.
called and wanted his website back. And part of my job in sales, sales and marketing, you've got to. As a freight forwarder, you need to put your shop front out there, and the old website I don't think was really doing that. We've got to change the trend of where sales is. Sales is constantly evolving, a lot like a technology. A lot more now is buyer based, and we needed to install that trust in the clients and show them what we can do, and show them how good we are to work with. And I think we incorporated all those elements into the new website and the new launch and the brand.
I think we did, and accompanying the sales portion of it and having a brand new shop window, I think we've got a lot of operational experience in there, a lot of knowledge.
It's like to sort of, people need to do business with us to realise actually how good we are and
right.
how well we stick to our morals and our core values, but it's just to tell people what are we good at.
Well,
what do we do best.
That was a reason behind the website as well. It's very, very difficult to get that into a sales pitch. Everything that we've got on the website that explains the services that we offer, the different specialties that we have, and the different cargo that we move, the values that we live by. You can't get all of that into a sales call. And often the stereotype of salesman anyway is, not many people trust salespeople. So you need that document and that information there for them to freely go through at their will. It's half the reason behind the podcast and things like that. We try to educate as a company. We want to be the go-to people for freight forwarding services. We want to be the go-to people for people that are just getting into freight. We love helping companies and assisting companies and building their freight experience from scratch, and we've got the knowledge to do that.
I think that's a really good point, actually. On the new website, there's a lot of information to give you a really good base, like an introduction into the process. But there's also some key tips on there for more experienced shippers who might not have picked up on it throughout their journey. But if you can understand that, you can understand what it is you're actually trying to achieve or what it is you're asking your freight forwarder to do. If you can understand what they're trying to do, then hopefully you can align with that together and move forward and both be on the same page rather than just expecting somebody to do something when they're not.
And not only that, processes change as well. Somebody might have been in freight for 30 or 40 odd years, and processes do change.
Yeah.
So the education of that on as well. So when you've got people asking, well, why do we have to do that now? Why do we have to do that? For example, when we Brexit, all of the shipping cargo throughout Europe became a lot more challenging. The people that were in freight for many, many years before that, that was all very new to them, So we wanted to get all of that information up there for not only people that are seasoned in freight, but people that are getting introduced to it.
I mean, if you look at the industry standard for a freight website, it's not very informatory. It's more, this is what we do, take it or leave it. Yeah. Whereas that serves that company because they're not sort of making their customers aware of what to expect in freight, what tips and tricks you need to get the most out of freight to make it is easy for you as possible. Whereas our website is there to inform as well as to advertise us as a what we hope to be a very reliable, trustworthy company.
100%.
That not only can you use our website for that information, for those tips, those tricks, to get a better understanding whether you're straight into freight or whether you've been doing it for a long time. There's something there for everyone. And then off the back of that, we hope that will encourage you and drive you towards us to help build a partnership so that we can be your forwarder, not one of the other companies.
Well, it's that trust thing as well. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you're going to say that you're a salesman." But all the information's there. I say we genuinely care about your freight, and I think the website shows that. When you try and pitch that to a customer or a potential client, they can say, "Oh yeah, you're all the same." We're not. We do genuinely care about the freight, and I think the effort and passion and commitment and the work we've put into this website shows that we do think about freight very differently to other freight forwarders, especially with probably some of the themes and colours that have been used. It's quite a vibrant website. It is colourful. It's exciting.
Is it a bold enough statement to say, James, being the sales manager, that there wouldn't be anything that you said on a sales call that they would not be able to find that information on our website? The information that you're given about freight and about shipping, we put that much effort and time into this website that it will be there somewhere on our website. 100%. That's how informative we want it to be.
If it's not, I'll show my arse in Argos.
I think that's a good place to cut that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right, so let's talk a little bit about the logo, the name change, and then the mission statement that came along.
Well, I suppose we're best starting off with name change.
Yeah, I mean, look, Real Time 365, I feel that it did state what we did. As a company, we was working in real time with global markets. We was available 365 days of the year to our customers, their suppliers, and even the customer's customer.
And like real time, working real time, we're here at 7 if we need to deal with the Far East. We're here until 8 if we need to deal with like the Americas and such. But I came in September time.
Dark days. You came in September, and then there was just an explosion of ideas, of creativity, of new enthusiasm, and really a new direction, which I'm guessing after sort of 9 years, the company needed.
It's the 10th anniversary this year.
10 years,
rebrand was a part of that. Yeah, wow,
exactly. Wow, Jesus.
And a lot of companies, even though like real time 365 portrays the message that we're working real time, we work 365 days a year, it doesn't say a lot about freight. And I've got experience within obviously the sales and marketing background. If you read some of the books about branding and building a story brand. I'm from Yorkshire and I can read, it's amazing. Building story brands and such like that. The key message throughout that is, simple messages. Yeah. Human beings, and especially the sort of lately, have like a short attention span. You have to grab them, you have to drag them in. So staying freight 365, like Ron Seal does exactly what it says on the tin.
That's exactly
we do
what
freight
it says on the tin.
365 days a year. Whereas real time didn't say that. I'd say more real time I'd associate with tech. Potentially.
We were quite techy.
We are techy, but we're not a tech company.
If it was in our family fortunes and you asked 100 people what Real Time 365 did, I'm pretty sure freight probably isn't on the
list.
99 of them would have said freight. No, but I mean, it's fair. Does Freight 365 describe more of what we do? Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it was a good decision.
And then that sort of leads into the logo then, really, and some of the ideas.
The short process.
the trauma.
You didn't help.
Yeah, well, yeah. Got to a certain point, and then I came along in November time. more ideas and more thoughts
Can you
on
mention?
it.
You remember
More
that?
constructive criticism.
Me and you had got to a stage, hadn't we? Well, we talked about the tree. We talked about growth.
How to display that in a
how
logo.
to display that in a logo. And we thought we'd nailed it. We'd done hundreds of designs, hadn't we? Then Adam came along and you threw.
Well, I thought circles in it somehow would be a good idea because anything you look at, maps and tube maps have circles for stations
And locations.
Locations on most maps, circles represent a big city or a big place, and they would represent in the freight world a destination or an origin, which is the normal route of freight. Normal route that freight would take. So I thought having that in there is key because it complements that we can ship anything
anywhere,
from
anytime.
Anywhere, anytime from one place to another.
And then speaking about routes, the form of routes you wanted to get.
Yeah, really proud of the roots of the company. It was important to try and display that if we could, for me, because of where it comes from. And it's important that we don't forget who we were at Real Time Freight 365 and that we take that forward and we develop it. When you talk about roots are obviously connected to a thing, a plant. But that plant grows, it develops, it changes. And of course, with the roots on our logo, it leads into the tree.
Yeah, exactly that. So and then also when you brought the idea about the locations and origins, we thought about origins. You brought in there's roots. We want to see that showing that we're growing, and the tree obviously needs roots. We flipped the top bit, put it underneath, and we showed that it actually shows really nicely the origins and the destinations, and everything passes through Freight 365.
Because we do everything.
Yeah,
we do road, sea, air, rail. We can do courier, we do out of gauge cargo,
project, farmer, cold chain, fresh produce,
and
animal, aquatics.
It sort of then means that we want to be the centre of everything. We want to be the centre of your freight.
Yeah.
We will be the person looking after it.
And everything in your freight's journey comes through us, and we deal with it.
We control it, we plan it, we deliver it. That's what we do.
So, and that's where the tagline came from there, I think, there as well. We were bouncing a lot of ideas about sort of like our mission statement or tagline. And again, a lot of the ideas we were coming up with were brilliant, like transforming freight, where we're going to bring transformers in. Probably wouldn't have got away with the copyright. But in the end, we went back to that, I think it was Donald Miller, on building a story brand, where he discusses a guy on a website and he speaks up at this convention and he says, well, I do this with powder coating, do this. And he asked in the conference, does anybody else here think that he would just sell more stuff when they looked at his website and it was just congealed with loads of information, that if you put a picture of an artist and basically him just saying, we paint all kinds of shit, that he'd get more business, and everybody put their hand up. So, you need to simplify that mission statement as well. Yeah. So that's why we came up with simple, effective freight with the subheading of we ship anything, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, I think that works quite well.
So yeah, a lot of people thought that we just painted a pretty logo. There's actually a lot of thought that went into this. There's been a lot of contributing factors, and I think that time and effort shows in it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think so. I think collectively as a team, I think we've delivered what we set out to do.
Like you were talking about,
I think like we're proud of it. That much effort and time has gone into it. That the reward for us, and we hope the reward for customers, it is much higher and much more rewarding because we've put blood, sweat and tears into this, and it shows everywhere. It shows on our apparel, it shows on our football kits, it shows on our emails, on our website. You'll see it everywhere because we're that proud of it. We want to show it. We want people to know we created this. We're happy with it. We're proud of it.
And we stand by it. It means
something. Yeah, we stand by it. We're
and if we put that much effort into a logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We do anytime.
Amazing stuff with your freight. Yeah.
And that's the thing, and it's we wanted to future-proof it as well. It's something that we want to be around for the next 30, 40, 50 years, and whoever takes over the company after this, so we can retire to the Maldives and sit on a beach. We wanted to make sure that it was quite futuristic in its design as well, and not aged.
We want more than you know, 10 years out of it. We want
Yeah.
20, 30, 40 years out of it. So.
Especially with the amount of work that's gone into it.
Yeah,
I'm not doing this again.
I don't recommend anybody sit in front of a PC, search 2,000 fonts.
I forgot about the font.
Yeah, just, gosh, what a day that was.
What about the Garamond?
But, I mean, I think we nailed it without having too much of a bromance moment with you guys. Look, I appreciate it, all the effort. Like you say, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the creativity, the ideas, and not just from you two, obviously Amanda and Brett. The whole team have really come together to deliver something which I'm proud of, and I think we all are.
100%. So yeah, keep your eyes out, keep your eyes open, and keep your eyes peeled for the brand launch. Yeah, don't take them out. It's a really bad idea. For the new brand launch, which we will be releasing today, and we hope you enjoy it. We appreciate any feedback, any constructive criticism, anything that we need to change. You know, nothing's perfect when you first start, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So if there is any amendments you feel that we should make, please feel free to let us know. But yeah, Freight 365, simple, effective freight. Beautiful that. Absolutely beautiful that.
It was all
Yeah, we did the first intro bit, then we